Okay, everyone, so let's do a little painting together. We're going to be doing a really neat Northern Lights painting. The colors will be kind of violet, a little red, maybe a little peach. We'll also use black, white, and maybe a touch of yellow, but you're welcome to do whatever colors you would like. So what we're going to do first is get our colors on here and blend them in with the palette knife and then brush them out with a 1-inch flat brush. Just showing you a different way to apply your colors. It's very satisfying too when you do it this way, I think. Okay, so now that we got our colors on, remember always do darkest at top, lighter towards the bottom. The white's there so that it blends into the yellow and to that red color as well. And I'm going to take my palette knife. So this is the flat palette knife. This one, see how it's angled? You want something like this so that you can smear your paint. It's harder to use this one to smear it because of the way that it's shaped. So you want something more like that. And I'm going to start towards the bottom and work my way up. And I'm just going to brush my palette knife gently over this area. And I may put some more white on there. I didn't put too much paint on here because I want to make sure that the colors are right for me. And if I don't like them, I can gently scrape it off or add more. But if you put too much on there, it becomes kind of a mess. We don't want too much of a mess, right? Look at those cool colors. I'm going to scrape my palette knife off just a little. Just gradually working my way up. And then I'm going to gradually start working my way back down so that they're all blended. Now, this is a really cool effect for sunsets, but because we're doing Northern Lights, I may take the brush and blend it out a different way, and that is to do vertical up and down rather than horizontal, because the Northern Lights are kind of streaky anyways, and I just think it'll be prettier if it looks, if the brush strokes are vertical. And I feel like this should be more of a peach color. So I think I want to try getting a touch of red into that yellow. Let's pull out my red. Peach color. So let's actually make a peach color on our palette and then apply it, because I'm worried that if we try to do it on here, it could turn more orangey. So to make peach, it's red and white, so you make pink, and then you gradually add in just a touch of yellow. So I'm just going to scrape off a little bit of yellow. So there's sort of a light peach color. I think I want to add a little bit in right through here. Just a little to help that transition between the purple and the yellow, just a little. Something like that. And then let's put a little bit more white down at the bottom to fade that out just a little bit. Okay, so that was kind of fun, right? So now I'm going to take my 1-inch flat brush, and this is where I'm going to start blending. If you want to blend, you can leave it streaked like this, which is really pretty. It's totally up to you. But like I said, I'm going to definitely blend mine out so that it softens the look. So up and down, vertical strokes. Try to keep it as straight as possible. And make sure you have a paper towel handy so that you can wipe off any excess paint that you acquire on your brush, because you don't really want to contaminate the lights with the darks too much. At the bottom, and go up very gently, just like that, and do that all over. Okay, and for the stars, I think I'm going to do white. And there's a couple ways of doing this. You can use a toothbrush if you'd like, or you can do the tapping method, right? Left hand, if you're a right-hander person, put the paintbrush loaded in paint in your right, use a bigger brush in your left to stabilize it and just tap. That's one way, or we could use a toothbrush. I rescued this brush from my studio out in the garage. I think it might work. Let's try it out. So I'm going to mix some white paint with some water to make it kind of fluid, and then I'm just going to splatter the top area here. And all we're going to do is take our finger and brush it along the bottom of the toothbrush facing down, and it's going to splatter. All right, so I got lots of stars in my sky. It really only took 2, maybe 3 rubs with the finger to get all those stars on there. This toothbrush works way better than my old one, so I'm glad I rescued it from the studio. Okay, so next we're going to talk about the actual Aurora Borealis lights and the colors. So I think I want mine to be maybe green and magenta. So I'm going to make my own green so that it's nice and bright, which I'm going to be using primary yellow and phthalo blue for that. And then I'm going to try to make a magenta. I don't have magenta, so I'm going to try to play around with what I do have to try to get just a bright pink color. Okay, so for the lights, what we're going to do is we're going to take a smaller brush and we're just going to gently sketch in the shape of the light, and then with white usually. We'll start by doing that. And then we're going to use the dry brush to brush that upward into the sky with some color. So I want a very thin line of white to begin with. So I'm going to use my tiny liner brush, and I'm just going to sketch out a few shapes, okay? Okay, so now it's nice and dry. We can get to the fun part, which is taking our flat brush, small flat brush, right? Not too big. And we're going to load up just the tip. Just the tip. I haven't decided which brush I want, how big I want these. And you're going to gently be brushing on the color upward. But first we need to put a little bit more white in here, okay? And brush that up, and then we can go over it with some more color. So white and color, brush up gently. Less is more. You can easily add more. You can't really take away, right? It's much harder to take away. So I need a little brush. I'm going to add white. I'll put a little pink in here. Okay, so now that I got those colors down, I'm just going to touch up some of this white area with my little brush. I don't really want the white to show too much. Just doesn't look right to me, so I want to cover that up a little with some yellow. There, that's better, I think. Okay, so now let's do the final step, and that's the trees, which is super easy. And I think we're just going to be using black for that. So I need to find my black. Okay, so I've already put a tree down because, in case you guys don't know, I'm actually filming a couple different ways right now at the same time while trying to paint. It's kind of complicated when you do YouTube sometimes. I'm trying to also make this into a short, so I have to rotate the phone so that it films at a different angle. So I just did that and filmed that one. If you want to see the short video, go check out my shorts link. So let's keep putting these trees in. 1-inch fan brush loaded up with black paint. What you're going to do first is you're going to drop in your trunks for your trees to figure out where you want them. So I'm going to put one here. Okay, and then rotate your brush. So we just dropped it in straight down like this using the tip. Now you're going to rotate it and use that edge, and you're going to push down. I'll be using this edge and pushing down. And you start little at the top, and the farther down you go, the more you push, the bigger your tree gets. Like that. Really easy. I'll do it again. Load up your brush, add a little water to it so that it flows better. So it's a little thicker than ink. Okay, anywhere you want to kind of hide an area that you don't like, you're welcome to put a tree. So for me here, nice big one. Maybe I'll make that a really big one. Maybe I'll just go all the way up and touch that green a little. Okay, and then tap, tap, tap all the way down, getting bigger, getting fuller. You can kind of leave a space. Some spots can have spaces in between the branches. It looks more real. Like that, and big. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, I think we'll put one more tree in, maybe here. Just fill in the space. And then, I don't know, I'm tempted to put snow on the trees. What do you think? You want to do that next? It looks pretty cool, but I think it can look better. Okay, so next we're going to put some snow on. So take a small round brush or a liner brush or something that's soft and kind of long and load it up with paint, and you're going to press in at an angle just like this. Press in, no brush strokes involved. Press and dab in the white, okay? Just like that. More at the top. The lower you get, the more sparse it becomes with the snow, and the more it sticks to the outer limbs, right? So like down here, there. And let's say there's a limb. Don't just leave the middle black though. Let's say there's a limb and it's facing you. You can make it stand out or make it look like it's standing out like that. So you want to get the middle a little too. Don't forget the middle. I want to thank you all for joining me today on my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so if you got something out of this video and if you'd like to see more painting videos from me. And until next week, everyone, bye!